Hi, I'm Christine. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm here with all the June new releases and my reading plans for the month. Alright, so I am so excited to chat about all the June new releases this month. I think there are a good handful of releases that I'm excited for. I know that May was just like such a stacked month, so hopefully June gives us a little bit of a break, but I feel like it's not going to, just looking quickly at some of these. So I am very excited to chat about those. And then the book clubs and the read-alongs and things like that that I co-host or I'm a host for that I'm excited to talk about as well. I will talk about those ones first just because those are priorities that I definitely need to get to for the month. So we'll just jump right into it. Again, as always, if you ever want to see any of the titles that I'm talking about in the video, if you miss any, I do always list them below, so you can grab the title, the author, if you miss any of those or want to add them to your TBR as well. They'll be down below for you in the description of the video. So let's get into it. Alright, so I am a co-host for Historical Hellions, which is a historical romance book club where we read historical romances published before the year 2000. And our June pick is Whitney, My Love by Judith McNaught. So this is the original cover. Love it so much, and I love this like full moment wraparound. So stinking pretty. Just obsessed with this art. Like, can we even? With the cover. So I am interested to get to this one. I guess we could say it like that. I think this book was published in the 80s. Yes, 1985, the year before I was born. So I am very excited to get into this. So this will actually be the second time that I'm reading Judith McNaught. I have read A Kingdom of Dreams, which I actually just read that one this year. I read it a couple months ago back in the spring, and so I'm excited to check out more from her. I know that these two, like A Kingdom of Dreams and Whitney, My Love, I feel like are the most talked about of her books. So I'm intrigued. I know that this one, in this original printing, there is some dubious consent, some essay on the page, I believe, from the hero towards the heroine. And I think in the newer, like edited versions, they have taken that out or changed up some of the beginning chapters. So I'm very intrigued. I think the live show will be very interesting because I know this is like a polarizing book, but I'm excited to talk about it. So anyways, this is our June pick. We don't have a live show date yet, but we will post it on our Instagram, which is linked below as well. That's Historical Hellions. And yeah, excited to read this one in June and then chat about it at the end of the month. Definitely let me know if you're going to be joining us, and if you have read Whitney, My Love before, I would love to know. And then I am a co-host for Historical Fiction Book Club, which is Leave It to the Pros. I co-host that with Tori from Novel Life, and we are so excited to jump into a new release for June. So our book pick this month is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So stinking excited for this one. I have read all of Taylor Jenkins Reid's books, and I just love her writing so much. It just always works for me, and I just don't know what it is about her writing. She just grips me, brings me into the story, and I cannot wait. This one I know is based in the 1980s following a space program, and so I am very intrigued with this one. I cannot wait. Our live show for this one is going to be on June 26th on Tori's channel, so again at the end of the month, so you have all month to read it, since like I said, this is a newer release in June. It comes out, I want to say June 3rd, and so you have all month to get to it and then chat about it with us in the live show at the end of the month. So we are very excited to talk about this one. And so again, Atmosphere, Taylor Jenkins Reid. We have an Instagram for our Leave It to the Pros as well, so if you ever want to see some of our book club picks or you forgot which date the live shows are, they're all going to be on that Instagram. So yeah, definitely go follow us there as well and let us know if you're going to be joining. I would love to know. All right, and then I'm so excited because a bunch of YouTube friends who are historical romance fans as well, we are so excited to continue on with our kind of Lisa Kleypas read-along that we've been doing for the past year now. Cannot believe it's been a year, but we started with the Wallflower series last year. We continued on into the Hathaway series this year, and now the Hathaways are finished and we're going to be jumping into the Ravenels, and I am so stinking excited. If you haven't read the Ravenels, this is the perfect time to join us. If you are rereading it like I am, definitely join us as well because it'll be so much fun to chat about them. I know that so many people have different favorite books in the series, and I just cannot wait to get into it with everybody. So we are starting off June with Cold Hearted Rake by Lisa Kleypas, and here is the gorgeous step back moment as well. Love the series so much, and I'm very excited because like I said, so many people have different favorites, and so I cannot wait to find out what the other hosts, which ones are their favorites, which ones I like more upon reread, any of those things if they change. Cannot wait. So we're gonna be kicking it off with Cold Hearted Rake. Our live show for this one I believe is June 13th, and it's gonna be on Rachel from Rachel Reads and Sings channel, and so yeah, we cannot wait. So we're so excited to continue on reading Lisa Kleypas's books, and we're doing the Ravenels. So yeah, I can't wait. Definitely let me know if you're going to be joining us for the Ravenels read along as well. All right, so I think those are all of the book clubs and like priority reads that I have for the month. So now we're gonna jump into new releases. Like I mentioned earlier, Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid is out on June 3rd. Cannot wait. 1980s space program, and I believe we're following like a couple, I think there's actually like a big group of people, like some of them are Top Gun pilots, I think. There are some women. I'm very excited. excited. The next one on June 3rd is Ready to Score by Jodie Slaughter. I think I've read this author before, and this one is a sapphic romance, I believe, and so I'm very excited to check it out. I think the cover, the colors on here are so working for summer. Cannot wait to check that one out on the beginning of the month. Then we also have Battle of the Bookstores by Ali Brady, also out on June 3rd. I believe this is the case where the hero and the heroine are like rival booksellers, bookstores, I think, and something happens where they either have to have a competition or compete or work together. I don't know. I just saw it recently and grabbed it, and the cover is just like so colorful and cute. So yeah, that one's out on June 3rd. Then we have Bourbon and Proof by Victoria Wilder on June 6th. This one I read an arc of it, absolutely obsessed, loved it, one of my favorites from May. This is the third and final book in the Bourbon Boys series, and this has been following a family or brothers who own this bourbon distillery in Kentucky. And so this is the oldest brother who is in charge of the family's company, and some other things that he holds close to his vest that he doesn't let his other brothers in on knowing some of these business things. So you see some of that in this book. This is also a marriage of convenience. The heroine in here is his brother's best friend, and it's kind of like very much found family, a part of their family, and she has always teased and flirted with him, and it is so good. They have to get married for reasons, and it works so well, and I just was obsessed with this couple, obsessed with the chemistry, love the series to pieces. These are small town romantic suspense, like I said, set around a bourbon distillery kind of company and family. Definitely read this one. It's out on June 6th so that we can gush about it together. On June 10th, I have Realm of Thieves by Karina Halley. This author, I feel like she writes so many different subgenres of romance, literally everything under the sun. Fantasy, contemporary, paranormal, dark, anything, she'll write it. So I love that for her, honestly. And so yeah, this one's out on June 10th. I don't know anything about this one. I swear she writes so many books all the time. She has like a new book, I feel like every other month or every month. So that's her new one in June. All right, and then on June 10th, we have a new thriller from Riley Sager. I have read all of his thrillers and really enjoy majority of them, I would say. And so this one is With Vengeance, out on June 10th. This one, just from the cover alone, it's very much giving like Agatha Christie, very much those like mystery vibes. I'm here for it. I love kind of that take on modern day thrillers. So I cannot wait to check it out on June 10th. June 10th is just like a stacked release date. So we also have on June 10th, A Rare Find by Joanna Lowell. And this is a sapphic historical romance. Saw the cover. It's so cute. I love the swans in the background. I think they're so stinking adorable. So I'm intrigued by this one. I love checking out new historical romances, and this one is sapphic, it looks like, so I'm very intrigued by that. On June 10th, we have Caught Up by Nevessa Allen. This is a follow-up to Lights Out, which was a huge success last year. I love that book so much, so I'm very intrigued to check out this one as well. I think they're just more like witty, maybe like darker themes, but not like super, super dark, if that makes sense. And I believe they're following Masked Men, at least book one did, like following a guy who does thirst traps with wearing a mask, and so it kind of went from there. I have no idea who this book is about, but I'm excited to check it out, and I cannot wait because Lights Out was one of my favorites last year. Continuing on with new releases for June 10th, we have Plus Size Player by Danielle Allen. This is a follow-up to, or exists, I think, with the same like side characters or world as Curvy Girl Summer that she did last year. I read that one. It was okay, and so I am intrigued to check out more from her because I like picking up her books. Some hit, some don't, so, you know, just gotta try them out. This one's out on June 10th. The cover colors are gorgeous with that like a gorgeous sunset. Then on June 10th, we also have Never Been Shipped by Alicia Thompson. This one, I can't remember the other book this author wrote, but very like similar cover vibes of kind of that like pop art-y kind of look. I do not know if I will check this one out because I haven't read this author, but I think the cover is cute. So yeah, June 10th. We have Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V. Schwab on June 10th. This is one of my like most anticipated book releases for the year. This was one of my 5-star predictions that I did a video of at the beginning of the year, and I'm so stinking excited for this one. I love The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by this author a few years ago now, and I'm so intrigued by this one because I know it exists in kind of that same kind of like genre bending type of twisty, gothic-y type of vibe. I'm here for it. I know it has to do with like life and death, and I can't wait. So yeah, that one's out on June 10th. Cannot wait for that one. On June 10th as well, Roots of Darkness by Demi Winters. This is a novella that exists in her, I think it's like the Ashen series, I want to say, and I think it says book 2.5, so it's a novella that exists in her like Viking romantasy style of series. The last one for June 10th is If I Told You I'd Have to Kiss You by May Marvel. This one is described as like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but sapphic. Very intrigued by this one. I have read, I think, 1 or 2 books by this author before, and I liked the books, so I'm intrigued to check out this one as well this summer. On June 12th, we have Hard to Resist by Madison Fox. I honestly don't know anything about this one, but I know I've read the first few books, I think, from this author, and so this is her newest book, and this one I believe does not exist in the series that she already did of like video game players. I think this is set different, so I am intrigued. The tagline on the front says, "I'm falling for my boss's ex-husband." very interesting. On June 12th, this one was pushed back. It was supposed to come out, I think, in May, and it got pushed back. So this is The Bad Boy Rule by Maren Moore. Very excited for this one. I love Maren Moore's writing, and I think this cover is so good. Love the like tattoo sleeved throat grab we have going on here. Very excited to get to this one. The like snippets she has shared, so good. I cannot wait. On June 12th as well, we have Home Run by Lulu Moore. This is a baseball sports romance in her, I think it's New York Lions series. I think so. The first book in the series was The Third Baseman, which I absolutely loved. And this is, I believe, the final book in the series. I think this is book 5, possibly. Maybe 6, I don't even remember. But anyways, I've read all the books. This is the latest and I think the final one in the series. So I will definitely want to get to that one as well. Last one on June 12th is Ride the Sky by Ava Hunter. This is the 4th book in her Runaway Ranch series. This is a series that I absolutely love. I have read a handful of books from this author, and this series is like it for me. This is the series of hers that I love. Everything else has been kind of like hit and miss, but this series is so good. I love them to pieces. Small town, kind of like cowboy western vibes, and like the tropes for each have just been so good, so spectacular. Her covers are stunning, and I cannot wait for this one. On June 15th, we have a new one from Jess Wisecup. So this is a fantasy romance author. This one, I believe, is the one that's a follow-up to her like more contemporary paranormally vampire one. So this is Thorns from the Fall, and I think it's been pushed back a while. So I think this is book 2. I think it's a follow-up to the one that has to do with feathers. I read that one a couple years back now, and I think this one was pushed back forever. So anyways, I don't plan to get to it anytime soon, but it is out if you have read this author before or want a new kind of like paranormally romantic-y type of setting. On June 16th, we have A Promise to Arlette by Serena Burdick. This one, I believe, is historical fiction. The cover is honestly what grabbed my attention. It looks so pretty, and so I don't know anything about it, but did I put a Libby holdout for it from my library? Absolutely I did, so I will get to it and let you know what it's about then. On June 16th again, we have At the Edge of Surrender by A.L. Jackson. This is, I think, book 3 now in her Moonlit Ridge series. I have not read the series yet, but her covers are stunning for the series. I'm so obsessed. Need to get to them. I think they're like MC, Motorcycle Club romances, I believe. So they are on my like priority list to get to one of these days. On June 17th, we have The Ripple Effect by Maggie North. So this one, I honestly don't know what it's about. This author actually did read her Second Chance romance last year. Didn't really love it, so I probably won't read this one, but it is out on June 17th if her like type of writing is for you. Then we have on June 17th, Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. I'm very excited for this one because I love this author's writing. I love her like first 2 contemporary adult romances she wrote. The Dead Romantic, 7 Year Slip, the one last year was just okay. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this new one falls. I actually have an arc of it, so I need to get to it sooner than later. This one, stop it right now. The cover and the title is what grabbed my attention. I think I'm in love with an alien. Like, are you kidding me? Looks so good. You know, I love a monster alien romance, so of course I'm going to check this one out on June 17th. Then also on June 17th, we have Before Dorothy by Hazel Gaynor. So this author writes historical fiction books. So I believe this is like a take on The Wizard of Oz and following Dorothy's aunt, her Auntie M. I believe that's the case. And so it's out on June 17th, and I think it has like fantastical elements to it, possibly. I honestly don't know too much. So yeah, that's out June 17th. Then on June 17th, we have Holly Jolly July by Lindsay Maple. The author was so sweet and sent me this copy. I believe she's a debut Canadian rom-com author. So this is her book. And this one, I believe it's sapphic. I believe it also has an MF pairing. And I believe at some point, I think she said maybe like an extended epilogue or something, it goes into like why choose. So I am very intrigued because yes, it says, to all the bisexual bookish babes who are tired of choosing between MF and FF spice, I got you, girl. So apparently this book has both. So I'm very intrigued by that kind of premise and setup for it. So this one's out on June 17th. Then on June 19th is A Royal Mile by Samantha Young. I am dying that I was sent a copy of this one already. I cannot wait to dive into it. So thank you so much to the author for sending me this. I'm so excited. This is the second book in her On Dublin Street series. And like I said, I'm so excited to dive into this one. The first book in the series was one of my favorites. It's a second gen spin-off kind of series from her on those like Return to Dublin Street, whatever the name, Jamaica Lane series. I can't remember. Anyways, I'm very intrigued and excited. She always has really great mental health rep. I love the yellow for the cover. So stinking excited to have this early copy, and I cannot wait to dive into it out on June 19th. On June 24th, we have Eliza and the Duke by Harper St. George. This is the second book in her Doves of New York series. I had an arc of this one, I already read it. This one was honestly just okay for me, and so I didn't love it. Probably one of my least favorite from this author, honestly, but I love her historical romances overall. Basically, it's following this group of sisters or American heiresses, and to gain their inheritance, they have to marry titled men, and so they go to London to find husbands, and instead, the sister in this one that we're following, she ends up meeting a prize fighter, a boxer. It goes from there, It was just okay, honestly, not my favorite, but it's out on June 24th. On June 25th, we have the next book in Mila Finelli's newest like mafia romance series. So this is the New York State of Mafia Book 2, Empire of Seduction. Very excited. The first book, Empire of Temptation, came out in January. That one was a lot of fun. It's like small town meets mafia, and it was very intriguing and fun. So I am excited to continue on because I love Mila Finelli, who is also the pen name of Joanna Shoup, a historical romance author, if you didn't know that. So I'm very excited to get to her mafia romance. June 26th, we have The Sun and Her Burn by Gianna Darling. So this is the second book in her something trilogy. I literally just had the name of it and forgot. Anyways, this is the follow-up to The Moon and His Tides. Came out earlier this year, which is a MMF, like love triangle-y type of situation, I guess you could say, where it's a married couple and then they both have a relationship with their much younger driver. And so it's the three of them's like relationship over the years. I think this book like follows up maybe a decade later, something. I could be wrong. I personally didn't love book one, so I won't be continuing on. But if you did love that one, the new one's out on June 26th for you. On June 27th, we have another historical romance release. So this is Duke with a Secret by Scarlett Scott. I love Scarlett Scott's historical romances. She is an indie historical romance author. She pumps out, I swear, like a book every month or every other month. So she has so many books. So they're definitely all not hits for me, but like I still try them out anyways because I do love her writing overall. And then on June 30th, we're supposed to get a new one in the Ice Planet Clones series from Ruby Dixon. So this is Korvac's Challenge. No cover yet, but I'm excited because I love Ruby Dixon's alien sci-fi romances. And this is the next one, like I said, in the Ice Planet Clones series. That is a spin-off from the Ice Planet Barbarians and Ice Home series. So you're definitely going to get like a better appreciation with all three of those series like together because they all exist on the same planet, same characters make appearances, things like that. I love her books to pieces. They're always just so much fun. So that one's out on June 30th. All right, so those were all the new releases for June that I can't wait to get to, as well as like book club and kind of read along priority reads for me for the month. Otherwise, I'm gonna leave my June kind of open so that if I see any books on social media that I want to pick up or any like kind of last minute releases that are announced, I have space to get to those. And so I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see where June takes us. Definitely let me know in the comments if you're going to be reading any of the same books as me, if you're going to be joining any of those book clubs that I talked about or the read along. Definitely let me know that as well. Or if you'd rather leave me an emoji in today's comments to let me know that you watched this video, leave me the watermelon emoji. Since we're getting into like summer vibes, watermelons just like scream summer to me. So do that. And like I mentioned, all the books, the titles, the authors are linked below. If you missed any and want to go back to see what I was talking about, they're all going to be linked in the description below. So yeah, definitely do that. And I will see you in my next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.